Hello, hello, and welcome in. Welcome to Tammy Loves Vintage. Boy, I hope I'm in the right place. I've been going in my group so much. I always hear people say this. I'm gonna check my Facebook. Make sure. Am I right? Let's see, Tammy. I never look up my own page. T-A-M-I. I'm sure I'm right. Hi, I can't tell by looking at the camera. Oh, there, Tammy Loves Vintage. Yep, live. Okay, I'm right. Hi, and welcome in. Gosh, probably no one will be here because it's been a while since I've been live. But I have had on my on the edge of my work table, I've had my clock from Michelle at the Vintage Daisy. If you remember, we have a little Creative Makers vintage Creative Makers thing we're doing at the end of every month, and where we're sending little mystery boxes to each other. Chastita with Custom Southern Co., myself, Tammy at Tammy Loves Vintage, and Michelle at the Vintage Daisy. And in March, Michelle sent me this clock. It was just a basic plain clock, wooden, plain wood like that, but it was wood, and this was the face in it. I took the face out. I made some molds with my Prima redesigns with Prima mold, which is Lily of the Valley flower, one of my favorite flowers, and they're just starting to come up. I have them out back in a shady area off my porch, and they're just like this tall, and they come up pretty quick. The greens last all summer. They're beautiful greens, but the flower part only lasts maybe a week, 2 weeks at the most. And they are the most fragrant. Like when I walk out the back door, I can smell them all the way at the side of the house. Like they're amazing. Beautiful, beautiful. They look like little bells. Anyway, so when I left you guys, I had it all painted and it looked molded in. So while I was away, I did the fine line crackle and the, it's not paste, what do they call it? Oh, I can't think of what they call it, but like the dark wax, like that. They call it something though, and it's over my cabinet. Anyway, you guys have seen the fine line crackle. I've done it here. Many people have done it on their pages, but I like it. It's just a tiny little crackle, and it kind of reminds me of crazing on porcelain. And so this is how the clock turned out with the molds and the crackling. And then I covered the faceplate with old paper, and here's the back of it, and I just kind of pushed it in. I didn't glue it in. It's just sitting in there. And then I thought I need to decorate it out. Now, Michelle had sent the cutest little Easter bunny and some things, and I decided to keep it neutral. I'm not going to go Easter because it's almost Easter and I want to enjoy it for a while. So, I see some comments popping up. Yay. Hi, Gail. Hi, Glenda. Nice to see you. You're kidding me. You had snow? Okay. Oh my gosh, that sounds miserable. Hi, Carol. I'm over the snow. Hi, Deb and Sandra. Hi, Mona. Hi. And Janet and Dee Dee. Gosh, I miss chatting with you, Mona. We always used to visit all the time. So anyway, I know you're a busy girl too. So I am so happy with the shell that we created. Hi, Reese. I'm so happy with how it turned out. Doesn't it just look like that mold? Those molds were just part of this clock. I love that. So anyway, I pulled some neutral flowers, and I pulled some earrings. I pulled a few pearls. I pulled some buttons on a garland. We'll talk about that. And I pulled a piece of lace. I thought this was really pretty, and I kind of liked how it came to a finished point rather than me ripping it up. Martha, hi, Martha. Oh, no. You got snow, too. Oh, my gosh. Yes, I've been busy, too. We've been busy in my group. I do want to show you guys. If anyone's going to appreciate and love what we made, I think you guys will. We took an old yo-yo quilt and attached it to an egg like this. And then I did another one, took it a step further, and added little carved buttons to all of the yo-yos. And And I love how it turned out. So I think they're adorable. Now I can't decide, do I like the one with the buttons better or the one without? See how the buttons, they're exactly the same, but for some reason, like the buttons really take it, you know, I always say this, when you add a layer on top, it's the top layer that pushes the background in the back. Like here, all you see is the yo-yos and the colors, but when you put the buttons on, like that next layer just brings it up. And it's true, I learned that in faux finishing walls. We would also often say we just need to go around again. It just needs another layer. And push it all back and soften it down and all that. So then the next thing that we did were needle keeps, and we used an old quilt. Oh, I should have grabbed it. It's right there. Let me go get it because I want you guys to see it. You like them both, Martha? Thank you. Okay, so here is the quilt. When we ripped the backing off of this quilt, so this is the quilt. My friend Julie found this on eBay. It's called a crazy quilt because it's all the patchwork pieces. This is a different kind of a quilt. This one was a yo-yo. I guess I could show you that one. I didn't show you. The buttons make it pop. Yeah, I like them both. That's why I say I can't decide. I can't decide between the two. So I'll just show you the yo-yo quilt that we made the eggs from. And then I made garlands too. Oh my gosh, it's been a while since I've been here. You guys have some catching up to do. Let me show you these too. Hang on. Oh, we've been busy over there. So, okay, so this is the yo-yo quilt. And we're gonna back up, reverse. This is the yo-yo quilt. And so just so you get an idea, right? And so then we started cutting it up and taking bits and pieces out of it. You can see, all right? So that's that. And then out of that, I covered an egg, and then I covered another egg and did buttons, okay? So that was my first idea when I saw that quilt. I thought, oh my gosh, it's so Eastery. That was what I wanted to do. So then we had the bright idea. One of the girls in the group said, you could make a snippet roll out of that. So I did that very thing. And I made a snippet roll out of the little yo-yos from the quilt. Well, at the time, I was thinking I might make the egg out of all the cream colored yo-yos off of this. Oh my gosh, I know it's been a minute. It's not been 6 months, but it's been a minute. It's been a couple of weeks. So anyway, this is a snippet roll. I'll put you down so you don't need to look at me. So that's that. And then I took the cream colored yo-yos that were on that same quilt, because I think there were almost a lot more cream colored ones than there were the colorful ones. And I made a neutral, right? I did a neutral snippet roll. So I thought that would be fun to do trim with or whatever. Okay, then last night I messed around with the black and cream because I'm getting ready to do a black and cream journal in the group. So I pulled this out, and these are the heads of a really big straight pin. And then I did the heads of little ones too. Let's see. Right here. I really like those the best. I really like those the best. I thought they would be too small, but they worked out just fine. So I did that too. So we've got, you know, we got 3 different types of snippet rolls. Okay. So there was that idea. Let's see. Okay. So that was that journal, or that, project with the snippet rolls and the yo-yos with the yo-yos. Okay, so now let's move on to the other one. So we have this one, and so this is the one that she found on eBay, and I loved it. And when she got it, she was really disappointed in it. I thought it was absolutely beautiful. The outside edge is all this color, the whole outside edge, and she didn't give me a piece of that. she gave me a piece of the quilt. We had a huge sale a couple of weeks ago in the group, and she sold a bunch of stuff with, and I did too. And so anyway, she gave me part of this quilt for that. And then, but when we took the backing off, look how pretty the stitches and the colors. See that? Sometimes when you don't love the quilt itself, you might like the backside better. You should give it a chance. Now, I know you guys, we like strings, right? But that's a little too much of a nest for me. That's just a little too stringy. I don't mind some strings, but I don't want that much. But anyway, isn't it pretty with all the colors? So no matter which side we use, and did I show you the bunnies? I think I showed you the bunnies, and they're out in the living room. I'm not going to make you guys wait on me to go off camera again. But we made little bunny pillows with them. That was a project for last month. But this month, I want to show you what we made because they are, I mean, we've made a lot of things right here and in the group. But I have to say, these are probably one of my most favorite things that I've ever done. So, here we go. We made little needle keeps. And we reversed the quilt. So I showed you the wrong side. This is and the inside is the right side. And then I made, I tried my hand at French knots, which I can't do. So I faked it, but I think we got away with it. And then made little stems and little leaves. We crushed a thimble. I've got a little crochet covered button, and then I added extra stitches, more buttons, and really jazzed it up. Put a pin on the side. I stitched it and then did the pin just for looks. And then I added a bunch of stitches on the back just to add more. And then we wrapped it, went around the edge with a hand stitch to kind of finish the edge. And then the inside, I didn't do anything with the inside on this because I thought it turned out pretty cute. This is the back side of my stitching, which you can see how bad I am at it. And then these were the needles and the threads that I used to sew both of these. So I left them in case I wanted to add anything. And then this was just some of the pages. Now I did finish the edges of the pages, and I used cotton batting. And I put a little snippet roll out of the snippets that I saved. We've learned to do little teeny tiny snippets, which that's what this is, coming out of the pot at the bottom. And then we made snippet rolls out of them as well, and they're teeny tiny. And then just some little hooks from Susie Strother. And then this heart that we made out of the little snippets from the quilt. And then made little pin flowers, little rusty pins. We rusted the pins and made little leaves on some of them and made little flowers and tucked them in the heart. And then this is the back, and then this is the back. So we made this one on Tuesday night, and then we made this one last night on Wednesday night. It's got a little snippet heart dangle as well. I added millinery flowers from an old hat. I made another strip of buttons. This one was a really old one that I've been pushing around for a year, waiting on the perfect project, and that was it. And so I made one out of, it's a new color on the website. It's called Ash. I have a whole ribbon section with velvet ribbon, and I got in a ton of colors of seam binding, TammyLovesVintage.com. And then I added these little mother of pearl buttons. And then did a bunch more stitching, just random stitching, all right? And then this, I did another little heart, but since this was the colorful side, this was the wrong side of the, the wrong side out of the quilt. And so I did a wrong side out, and then I added a couple colorful buttons that kind of matched, and then a little metal bobbin and some buttons, and made a couple little, little sewing things. And then I did another little snippet roll across the top, added some rusty pins, and then this is more of the threads that I used for sewing both of these books. And then I started to add some needles and pins that I can use, myself. I made a cute little cluster on that one just with some things. And then I just made these last night. So I have some blank pages to add some more needles to. And then this is the back cover. And I've got a little dangle here from the snippet heart that I made out of the front of this this quilt. So see the pieces. So when we cut them up and put them on the hearts, I made a little heart dangle. And I could not love these little needle keeps more. Not only are they something that I made and, you know, put my heart into, but they're useful. It's not just something to push around and look at. And I can actually literally use these. So yes, Martha, I encourage you to make a needle keep. I did sew my pages in. I sewed around the edges. I learned a little something last night. I was being lazy and I left my creamy white bobbin in my sewing machine and I added pink thread. I didn't want to re-thread, and so I got pink on one side, but you guys may know this. I got pink on one side and then the white is on the other from the bobbin. And then eventually my bobbin ran out, so I was able to I re-threaded the bobbin with the pink thread and it was correct all the rest of the way. But I did do a little bit of a page and a half, I think I did, with half and half. It was kind of fun. I was just, you know, I thought, oh, if it doesn't work out, it's just cotton batting. I can throw it out and cut another piece or whatever. Anyway, I absolutely love how they turned out. Here's what the inside where, like, you can see I sewed, there you can see the sewing come out. I sewed all the way and then I pinned it. And then on this one, on the second one that I did, I sewed it with pink thread so that you could see it. The first one I did, I used the white that was already, or the creamy white that was already in my machine. So love these. So, oh, I'm so glad. Well, there you can rewind or take some note, or rewind. You can replay, take some notes for some ideas. Martha, I hope you do. So anyway, all right, you guys. Yeah, it would be a great gift idea. You could use felt, absolutely, yes. Felt would be a little stiffer. I like the softness of the batting. Julie made one out of batting. She made one or two out of batting. And then the night we were together, she made it out of canvas. So anyway, they were very fun to make, and I was thrilled to do it. Thrilled to make one. So I couldn't believe how much sewing I did. Oh, Reese, thank you for those stars. And thank you, Dawn, for sprinkling. Thank you both, you girls. That's like the two best things you can do for me. Oh, Linda, yes, these would have been up your alley. Did you not see them in the group? I did them. I thought you were there. I'm sure you saw it. Yeah, Lou, right? And Martha's making, okay, I see you guys. Yes. Oh, Gail, yes, I need to get you going again. So, okay. Hi, Jimmy. Yay. Thank you so much. That's high praise. So, all right, let's get back to what we're here for. Make sure my glue gun is on. Yes. So I found this really pretty piece of lace. I was just looking through for something that I could cut up. And I found this. Of course, if you know me, you know I love dots. And this has like little dots all throughout it. See them? And I thought it was really pretty. And yes, I hate to cut it. However, I'm gonna. So we'll just, you know, this is a project from Michelle. She'll be proud of me for cutting. I'm sure. So yeah, I want just a little bit to hang out. So I'm going to cut it right about here-ish. Here we go. Don't even look at it. Don't even think about it. See, that was painless. Okay, I thought you did. I thought you were there. Okay. Remember tomorrow night, Linda, Marilyn's coming in with Done By Me, and she's going to make yo-yos with us, teach us how to do it in there. So that ought to be interesting. And then you can add your thoughts on that. Or if you have a different way. Okay, I'm going to have it come out at an angle. I'm going to have it angle. So I'm just going to lay some glue here on this. Just right here on the edge. I'm going to have it come out at an angle. Right like that. Okay, and I'm just trying to make like a little, almost a centerpiece sort of thing. And then if it's too much, I can push it, you know, wrinkle it and push it back a bit. But I kind of want it to be big. Okay, so there's that. I hate that I didn't finish it the other night. Hi, Lisa. I hate that I didn't finish it, but it was adding all of these and drying the paint and all that was just too much for an hour. And it was such a great project. I hated to just, you know, throw something together because I knew I would love this for a long time. So anyway, okay. Now, I pulled a bunch of flowers, and Martha's going to be sad. Martha Knox is going to be sad that I didn't do colors. I do have a very soft pinky color here. And then Michelle had put this in the box with the clock. So you can see it's a very soft pink. It kind of matches our new, my new favorite color called Ash of Seam Binding. It kind of matches that. I can't decide if I'm going to do, see how close it is to a neutral, but it's a pink. You can see the pink, but it's a great vintage color. And I do have it on my website. Oh shoot, I meant to pull some more netting, but I do have this pink. I don't need netting with all of that. So I've got a little bit of pink netting here from an old hat. There was a piece of velvet that was still on it. I don't need all of that, but I did think it would be nice to incorporate some velvet in there, or some lace, or whatever the heck this stuff is, netting. Okay, yeah, soft pink is very vintagey, isn't it? I think it's got a great vintage vibe to it. Okay, so I'm going to do that mostly for texture more than anything. It's going to be super subtle. But let's do that, get that in there. And I'm kind of intentionally making it go kind of like the other direction a little bit, right? Just a little bit. Okay. So that way both elements show up. You see that? You still see some of this, but yet you see all of that. Okay. Because if I would have put it on top, you probably would have lost it. Okay, excuse me. Now I want to go up. I need to give it some height in the back, and I was trying to decide if I wanted to do that like this, or I had something else. Oh, or with these bigger ones. I'm not sure, but I was kind of liking this pink. Let me look, because this one's going that way, and I kind of had pictured it the other way, but no, I kind of want it to go the other way. So let me see if do I have another piece of this, maybe without that big flower on it. Let's see, this one goes that way. Yeah, I had it more pictured over here. Don't really know why, I just did. So I was thinking about, that. And then I thought I would take this piece from Michelle and work it in here, coming out here, okay, as part of that. And then I can kind of bring it over, right, like that, okay. So yeah, so let me glue these things down here. I think I'm happy with that. All right, so here we go. Let's glue that in. I'm going to put this down. And I'm going to bend it so that because it's all wired, I'm going to bend it so that it kind of hugs the clock a little bit. I'm going to get that netting stretched out here now that I have something to grab it. Those leaves will grab it and keep it kind of fanned out a little bit. Let's see if I can catch the edge. You love it, Marilyn? Hi, honey. Hi, Marilyn. I was just talking about you. Okay, and then I'm going to cut the little bit of that off just to make it sit. I think I am. Where's my cutter? Here it is. Here it is. Just to make it sit maybe a snap lower. Backwards. All right. Okay, that'll get us our little bit of height. I knew I was going to do that. I pushed back out. Let me get my words lined up again. so that they're straight. I didn't glue the back in, I just pressed it in. All right. Okay. All right. Right? Oh yeah. Very cute. Okay. Very cute. Yeah, you could make hat pins. Let's see. I have never made them, Martha. No. Have you? Oh my gosh. Have you, Martha? I would love to know. That would be a great little guest spot in our group. If someone could do that, that would be amazing. All right, so then let's drag a little bit of pink out of here. I'm gonna go ahead and put this down. I kind of like that. I'm just gonna lay it. Let's see here. I need to kind of look. I'm sorry, you guys. I can't see. You're all looking at the top of my head. All right, there you go. Okay. And then let me get my pearls and buttons in here. So I have a strip of pearls. Now when I cut old pearls that are not, old pearls can either be loose, so when you cut them, they fly across the room, or you can cut, and they're all attached. This one happened to be one that they're all loose. So I just, after I cut it, I hold them and then I hot glue so that it holds it in there nice and tight. So I'm just going to tuck a little strand of pearls, and I'm going to tuck, I've got hot glue on both ends. The smaller end looks to be a little less obvious, you see that, than the top end did. So I'm just going to snip off that little tip of hot glue, and then I'm going to glue this end up inside. All right, up in where you'll never see it, up in like underneath this flower right here is where I'm going to put it. And then we'll just trail them down however we want. If we don't like the way they lay, we can tack the glue and make them do whatever we want them to do. Like weave, I love that, going over top of that leaf and then going back underneath the leaf. Like I love that. See that? See that? I love that. It's exactly what I would have said. Gosh, I wish it would do that. That's exactly what I would say. All right, then I have, so I want to talk about these two. If you take a wire, just a skinny little wire, and make a loop, and then thread your buttons through the wire, in and out, just the 2-hole type. The 4-hole type do not look as good because you have empty holes. So you want all 2-hole type. These are all mother of pearl, but which I just posted a post. I think I'm going to try. I don't know how well I'm going to do with this, but I'm going to try to pick an item from my website every day to post about. Now, you know there's going to be days that I'm going to miss, and I just have to ask for grace, especially once I get going, until I get in a habit of it. But there's so many nice things on there, and I think that everyone forgets to look. And then when you do, I notice like they're ordering from like every department, every category, and not everyone, but you know, people order from different categories, and you just know that they've spent some time looking around because there's a lot on there. So these went from big to small. This one's a longer one. It went from big to small, but the reason I like the wire is just like I tried to lay those pearls, these you can wire in and get it where you want it. Now, I also have done colored wire. That's very pretty as well. And then I've done like some carved buttons. And normally we just string them and they lay gently, or we make, like you can string them. Like if you did this with string, I've got those, I've shown you guys pictures of these things before. And they hang much softer on thread, or dental floss is what I usually use. But then the garlands are where they're just packed on there. Yes, some of them are very colorful. Yes. So if you happen to go on the website and order mother of pearl, let me know if you want the darker ones in there. So I've got different mixes of them. So, okay, let's see here. So I was thinking of putting this in here somehow also. Is it too much? Oh, I think it's an interesting little think it's an interesting little addition. I like that it's shorter than the pearls. I don't want them to be exactly the same. See if I can shove it up there. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm doing it. I'm gonna glue the first one. It's gonna get lost up in underneath these flowers, but that's okay. And then I can wire it out and have it lay there in the netting the way I want it to. There we go. Okay. Now, so here we go. There's my pearls. There's my button garland, my wired button garland. Now what I need, I've got a little bit of hot glue there. That ain't pretty. Okay, then I've got these earrings that I found in with the pearls. See that subtle little bit of pink? So I thought maybe a little gem in here. Oh, I see the spot. It's got to be right there. Yeah, it's got to be right there, or maybe both. Yeah, maybe both. I kind of like that. I was picturing me building something up here with ribbon, but you know what? I think I really like it in here a lot. I'm going to do it in there. Okay, you never know. You know, you think you know, but you might not know. Once it goes together, it's not always exactly what you think. That's why my table's always covered with stuff, just in case it doesn't go the way I think it's going to go. I've got other things. Okay, so there's that. And then I feel like I need maybe, I don't know if this one's right. It might be too yellow, but I need another something in here. I love the textures on this one. I just saw it laying here. I didn't even know I laid it out. Might be too off. This right here is what I'm looking at. Okay, there's that. I like the stamen part, the middle part. I have this little bundle, which could go. I need to shorten it a bit before I shove it up in there. Let's just see if we like that. Kind of gets lost. It's not enough. I need something bulkier. So then I have these little ditty things. These are big. I don't like that it's got that bluish. All the stamens are blue, but I think I can gather it enough. Let me see what happens when I put that in there. Oh no, I really see the blue. So let me, there, if I could do that to kind of pinch it all together. I think I like the first one. I think that's too big. I think this one's too big. What's this? Oh, it's just a plain old one. Yeah, I think I like this ratty looking one. I don't know if I have another. No, I don't think I see anything else like that laying here. I could go through my box. Let me look in here. Anything else in here? Anything ratty? What's this? Oh, that's another one of those. What's this? It's kind of pretty. What if I do? It's so ratted out. Look at that. It's ratted out mess, but that's, you know, that's what makes it look old. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that combo. Oh my gosh, look, I'm gonna do both of those pieces. So I still have that little ratty one with the stamen. See how that gives it a little texture, but yet I get the height of the other one behind it. Yeah, I'm gonna do them both. Yay. The last one's about, I'm gonna do them both. Oh, a little chandelier hanging down, that would be cute. I don't have one, but yeah, it would be cute. Okay, so I'm going to glue this. Let me find, I love the velvet petals. Look at the velvet petals. Can you see? So I'm going to leave the velvet petals showing. I'm going to leave this wispy stuff to the back. I'm going to glue it. I'm going to glue the wispy stuff up so that I don't lose it once I put it in there. I want it to stay up. Okay. And then I'm going to attach to this. I'm going to attach this to this lower. See that? I'm going way below. Instead of up here where it lines up, I'm going to go way below. All right. So I'm making this taller than what it really is. Doesn't look ratty. Yeah. Look, it's pretty ratty. It's all spotted, stained up. Look at the stains on it. It's all stainy and yucky. But it works, right? I mean, you look at it by itself, it's like pitch it, but Okay, so all right. I'm going to put the glue on this. That'll make it easier to line up. And then I'm going to attach that low. So see, you still see the height of that one. And then I think I'm going to snip this off a little bit. Okay, and then I'm just going to set it in there. I'm going to glue it. Hopefully something hits something there. Okay. Don't want it too deep. There, pushed it on the paper. There we go. Okay. Let me show you what I got. Okay. So now we have our buttons, which I'll make that lay better. Right now the wire is kind of sticking out. I'll have to, you know, press it, get it where I really want it. Come on. All right, and then the pearls are still up over this leaf and under that leaf. Okay, I've got my earring in. Now do I want the other earring over here? Let's look at it and see. Is it too much? See, it doesn't need it till you put it there. And once you put it there, it's like, yeah, I think I'm going to put it there. Is there another? No, I don't want it on the same side. Yeah, I'm going to add it in. Okay. Thank you guys. I'm sorry I didn't get to this sooner. I needed that time to decide if I was going to do it in Easter. It kept bugging me that I was doing Easter because I didn't want to have to put it away. I wanted to be able to keep it out. And so, I decided I'm just going to add neutral flowers to it. And then the pink idea hit me. So it gave me some time to decide exactly what I wanted to do with this thing. So there's all of that. Now let's get back here. I don't think, I was really thinking, you know, a little pinch of flowers, but I don't know that it's too much, you know, like a little, I don't know that it needs anything. I'm not sure. Isn't it? Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. It is. Oh, good, Janet. You got a wonderful, oh, that's so nice. You'll have to send us a picture and let us see. So what do you think? Something on the top or just let it rest? I could, let's see here. There's another tiny little thing. I could do two tinies, shove them together so you don't, I'll snip the stems down, shove them together, and then put a little bow behind it. What do you think? Something on the top, yes. Something on the top, no. And then do I want it pink or neutral? Let's see. Something on the top, yes or no? Beautiful as it is. Okay, that's what I'm wondering. Is it too much? Hi, Heidi. Thank you. Okay, so let's snip that tail. So we have two, and then I could do that, or I could go ahead with the pink bow. I don't know. Top yet? Hi, Ellen. Oh, thanks, Heidi. Oh, you could do this, Heidi, for sure. I don't know, the bow's too much, isn't it? I think the bow's too much. You like the pink? Yeah, Reese said too much. Everybody else is saying yes on the top. Okay, let me keep it. If I do it, I've got to keep it really, really simple. I think the bow is maybe too much, or maybe not double the bow. Maybe not double the bow. Okay. All right, so I cut down. What in the world? Oh, it fell apart. Okay, well, I cut it down a little bit more. Oh, for Pete's sake, the more I cut it down, the more it's falling apart. It totally fell apart. Now I have the stamen. Okay, so that's just perfect. Darn it, I wish that wouldn't have fell apart. It's still okay, I just have little teeny tiny flowers. So here's another little sprig. It's a little bit bigger, but it's already kind of chopped down. So let me shove the stem into the stem so it's just a continuous line of flowers. Just the flowers, no bow. Maybe on the front. Is it too much? Is it too much? I don't know about this part, you guys. I might have to think about it. See, if I did it on the front, oh, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it on the top and drag it over to the front. Okay, I know what I'm doing. Okay, I know what I'm doing. All right, hang in there. Just the flowers. No, but okay. All right. Whoops. Whoops. Oh, shoot. Don't let my hot glue get cold on me. I'm unraveling here. So I'm going to lay this one on the top. Okay, and then I'm going to make this one come down into the front. Okay, you like it on the front. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of both, Tammy. A little bit of both. Okay. Heidi, are you still here? Were you here to see our needle keeps that we made in the group? Oh my gosh. I could not love them more. Okay, so some of these are falling off from where I cut it. So I'm just going to reattach. I'm just going to reattach them to cover up some of these stems because they're all fine. They just came apart. So I'm going to cover stems and fill in a little bit. But there you go. So I wrapped over the front. So see, I got a little bit, you can see the little bit of holes right there, maybe right there, maybe like right there. That's what I'm filling in here, you guys. So give me just a second. Keep going. You're still here? Okay, hang and give me just a minute. I want to show you my needle keeps. Did you see them before? Oh, it would be. It definitely looks like a wedding, which I used to do weddings, so probably why I well, we did all the ceiling drape. We do a lot of flowers too, but we did mostly got into ceiling draping and the backdrops and all that stuff. That was fun. Okay, so I added that one to the front and I added 2 there, and I feel like I need maybe 1 more here and 1 more here, which I can do from the back side, so we should be okay. All right, and then you guys can look at it. Heidi, I'm going to show you my needle keeps here in a second. I'm going to show off my sewing. You don't know, but I am not a sewer, so I did a lot of sewing on this puppy, both of them. And I enjoyed it. Michelle would be very proud of me if she were here. She knows. But I did. I sewed my little heart out on them. By hand. I did some by machine, but I did some by hand too. Hi, Kathy. All right, so this doily will kind of lay, or piece of lace actually, it's gonna lay, and then the pearls are kind of gonna, you know, snake around. I've got my little button garland. I have the velvet leaves. I'll make sure they're all up on top. This little leaf thing was from Michelle. The clock was from Michelle at the Vintage Daisy. This was all part of our mystery box, our Vintage Makers mystery box. for March, and I did not get mine finished. So I came back on here to finish it with you guys. So there you go. I did not add the little bunny that she gave me. He's sitting up on my stand, my cabinet that I show you guys all the time with all the cupboard doors and all the shelves. He's on top of that. And then let's just see if a tiny bow, let me make one of my little teeny tiny, single looped, teeny tiny. All right, so, oh, I gotta start over. Okay, sometimes I'm not that, I don't get it first try sometimes. I'm leaving my tail too, I'm making it too small. Okay, I can cut the tail off. I don't know why I hate to waste the ribbon. So, all right, there we go. Now I made it nice and big. Now I can pull it back, tighten, pull it back, and tighten, pull this one back a little bit more. Now I have a teeny tiny little bow. See, I was trying to avoid all that waste is what I was doing. But it'll just go in my snippet box. It'll never be a waste. Okay, so now I have this tiny little pink bow. Let me see. Oh, it would be cute on the end of my pearls. That would be really cute. I'd have to get a little bit tinier. I was thinking up in here somewhere. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Hang on. Just regular wire. I'll show you. I'll show you up close on another one. This is just regular wire curled on the ends. I usually use string. I match my string. I use yarn or string or something. Oh, here we go. So you curl the end, curl the other end, and I did them large to small. And I use all 2 holes and wire them through. And then you can, you know, have it come off of your shelf and down and out. You can do what, make it lay how you want it to lay. Okay, there we go. Now I think I do want a teeny, I gotta go even smaller. So here we go. Oh, but Heidi, I want to show you that book. Oh, thank you, Gina. Okay, dang, I once again, I made my tail too small. Okay, so, I don't do the first part when you're tying a shoe. I just start in with the ribbon, with the bow part. Okay, and then you make it, you tighten it, and then you make it shorter, and then you pull on it to tighten it again. Sometimes it's a process to get it, but I end up with, I'm trying to get one even smaller than that last one was. And tighten it, and I think I did. I think I got one even smaller, if I didn't lose it right there. Okay, I'm going to angle the little tails. Again, this is the newest favorite pink. It's called Ash, and it is on my website of already wrinkled for you seam binding. Okay, and I'm going to put a little dot. I'm not crazy for how I had to stop these pearls from falling off of here. And I was thinking in my mind, what could I do to the end of this? What could I attach? I'm thinking some kind of rhinestone something or other. But look what I did, and I love that. Adorable. Okay, let me show you. So here's my little tiny bow that I made there, and then look at the little bow. It's just a teeny, teeny, tiny little bow. So it will lay, you know, I'll wrinkle those pearls up, not wrinkle them, but, you know, wiggle them around. And so there you go. So there's the inside, and there's that little bow that we just made on the end. So that brings a little bit of pink down here because there's nothing pink down here. Maybe I need to put a little, let's see. I mean, I don't, is it getting too much? Let's see. Here's a simple little pink. Do I need to trail a little pink right there? It didn't hurt a thing, does it? Doesn't hurt anything at all. I'm going to. So I'm going to put glue on the top of this, and I'm going to glue it to the underneath side of probably that leaf right there. There we go. Now I've got pink cream, pink cream, pink cream. And I'm not sure how well you guys can see the colors. There, you can kind of tell the pink right there. And then we jump to pink again. There's pink up here, and then there's all that cream. And so this is the clock that I got from Michelle. I'm gonna have to send her a picture. I don't think she's here. So Heidi, if you're still here, I want to show off my little needle keeps we made in the group. And then our quilt eggs, whoever missed that, our yo-yo quilt eggs. Took the yo-yos apart from an old quilt, and then I added all carved buttons, and then I did the other one with no buttons. And then this is a different type of quilt. So that was the yo-yo quilt. This was our project so far for this month. That's all we've done. And then this quilt is for my books. I did them reverse. So I made these the inside, and then this part the outside with all of the stitching in the colors. So there you go. And then I stitched all the little flowers and smashed the thimble, and then a crocheted button and sewed around all the edges, and then a little piece of satin with a bunch of little buttons sewed to it, right? And then the rusty pin. And then this is the correct side of it, but we put that on the inside. And then I know there's way too much thread on here. I'll have just a little bit, but I wanted to leave it in case I wanted to make another one or sew any more or whatever I could. And then I started adding pins. I added I love making these teeny tiny snippet rolls. And thank you. I thought you might like it. And so the pages are blank because I just made these. This one was Tuesday night and the other one was Wednesday night. And then there's the little heart. Those are the snippets that were left over from the bunny pillows that we made last month. And they were all the snippets from these little pieces of this side of this quilt. So there's that heart, and then there's the back. So I added a lot of stitches, like these pink stitches were original. These green stitches right here were original. And then I added this and this and this, I added the X's. So anyway, and then here's the other one. You like them, Jimmy? Thank you. So then here's this one. I thought about you when I was making these and wondered, could I make teeny tiny Jimmy Swift flowers like you showed me to do the pansies? But I thought about you. Not to say I won't try again, because I have a couple of other darker quilts that I could try the pansy velvets and maybe do a little bit bigger. But anyway, there's this one. So this was a yucky part of the blanket, but I left it, and I actually put it on the outside. But I went to town on this one. Even after I got off my live with the girls, I added some stuff, some more stitches and stuff. But I love the little pot. And then there's another little snippet. And then inside I did a reverse heart, and then added a little, I think it's a bobbin or a metal spool. I don't know what that is, but I love it. And then some rusty pins. And then I have kind of blank pages. I added a few pins. I started to add stuff, and then I was over it. So I quit. But then I made a little cluster right there because I still have plenty of room for stuff. And then I sewed around all of the edges. And then there's another little snippet roll out of this side of the stuff. So everything is all tied together. And then there's another with a little heart dangle that I attached a heart to a heart and made a little dangle. So anyway, yay! I'm glad you were still here to see. Was it a bobbin? Okay, I thought it was, but then it kind of had more like a spool, but then it has like the bigger bobbins. I wasn't sure. Thank you, Pamela, for letting me know that. Thank you, guys. So yeah, we had a great time. It's been a great month in the group already. So that's been fun. So anyway, you guys, thank you for joining me. Thank you for helping me, give me your opinions on our clock. I love it. I'm going to send Michelle a picture and let her see how she turned out. I think she'll love it too. So anyway, and I've been kind of I laid out a project for her, and then I'm like, oh, I don't know if she'll get it. like if she didn't have to do it live, I think she would really love it. But if I put the heat on her and make her do it live, I don't know. So I'm going to show Julie. Julie's coming over tomorrow, so I'm going to run it by her and get her opinion. We'll see. But I've been working on her mystery box because I shipped to Michelle. I shipped to Chastita last month, so it'll be Michelle's turn again. So anyway, we'll see. You guys will see. Stay tuned, and you'll see what I decide to ship her and what she decides to do with it. We'll share with you guys. No secrets here, right? So thank you for joining me, you guys. It's been nice to see you all again. I'm sorry it's been a while, but I'll be back. Don't give up on me. Don't leave me. Don't leave me. Thank you so much, Carol. Thank you, Pamela. It's so nice to see you guys. Hi, Christina. Hi, honey. Yes, Abby is in Japan. She is loving it. Are you following her on Instagram, Gail? She is absolutely in heaven over there. She loves the food. She loves the culture. She loves the cleanliness. She says there's a lot of people, but it is so, everything has been 100% love. So, the first one we did a few weeks ago, we smashed it out on my husband's, press, but I smashed this one and this one both. But tell me, girls, I asked him in the group, and I don't think anybody answered me, but these two thimbles did not have a bottom. Why did they make thimbles without a bottom? Does anybody know? And they smashed so nice. That's the only reason I did it with a hammer. But I just laid it here on the counter and hammered it. Tapped. And they did great, but I think they did so great because they didn't have a bottom. Does anybody know why a thimble wouldn't have a bottom? I don't know. I thought it was interesting. I didn't have very many, but I have a few without a bottom in them. So those are the ones I smashed. Anyway, there you go. So I'll answer your comments later, but I'm going to clean up my mess. And what time is it? Oh, it's only 9:30. Gosh, we could do another project. Except I don't have anything laid out. I guess I could dress up her little clock face. Nah, I need to think about it, figure out what I'm going to do. Because I thought I might display them all together, like kind of do it together. But, oh, you've never seen one with a hole in the bottom. Yeah, I don't know what the purpose was. There were a couple. I bought like a whole tray of them. There were some with advertising in them. There were all sorts of them. Could someone have taken the bottom off? Maybe. I should Google it or chat GPT or whatever and see if I can't figure out what the deal is. I'm sure there's a reason because there was more than one. So anyway, all right, you guys, it's always hard to say goodbye. So I'll see ya. Goodbye. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.